Hello everybody and welcome back to Pokemon White 2. So in the last part, we finished climbing the Celestial Tower. Then we went back to the big stadium in Small Court to essentially start up my off-screen training for the Mistralton Gym. And as you can see, now I didn't exactly do as much. Yeah, I didn't exactly do as much off-screen training this time. Yeah, I only really wanted to get my team up to at least level 38. Yeah, so I can make sure that I am on the right level. And considering that our team was just about at level 37 anyway. Yeah, I didn't exactly do that much. Now, and even though that did level these guys up all the way up to level 38, but however, yeah, they didn't exactly learn any new moves. Yeah, when you've seen them before, yeah, they are essentially still the same before. But anyways. Anyways, everyone, now with that out of the way, we are now going to be taking on the Mistralton Gym. Now, if you recall in the prequels, is that the Mistralton Gym used to feature a lot of cannons, when one of which blasted you towards the friggin' wall. And now, as you'll see here... Oh, ow! Jesus, man! Watch where you're going, dude! you could have literally freaking hurt me there. But anyways, everyone, now as you can see, yep, now, just like with the previous gyms, the Mistralton Gym has also been redesigned. Now this time, the Mistralton Gym features these really large fans at the back of the gym that can blow you across the room. Now you do have these little walls. Now there are these little walls now there are several walls around here. Yeah, you may want to use those just before the wind actually gets too strong. And especially if we do get a bull low back. Now, I would say, yeah, the wind will blow. Now, I would say the wind will get stronger within every 10 to 15 seconds at best. Before then it will start blowing really, really hard. And you also essentially have to remember the maze. That this gym has now too, so that you can essentially try your best to make it all the way to Skyla, so that you can try to reach Skyla. Now as for the trainers in this gym. Now, for the most part, you are going to be seeing, mostly, swoop at some... You are mostly going to be seeing, swoop at some pheasants. And with the occasional, Sigilif, maybe a Sigilif, Ducklet, or even Arkin. Yeah, but for the most part, you are mostly just gonna be seeing swoop bats and pheasants. Yeah, but anyways, anyways, everyone. Now considering the Mistralton Gym has changed, of course that means we get to listen to the brand new Mistralton Gym music. Which I gotta say, while it may not be one of my favorites, really. Yeah, the Mistralton Gym music, yeah, compared to what we actually, compared to the Driftville Gym music, yeah, it's not exactly as good as what I obviously what I obviously went through in the Driftville Gym, but I am not saying that I hate it. It's just not exactly. It's just that it's not exactly in one of my top favorite. The top favorite. It's just that it's not exactly one of my favorite gym music within the entirety of Like 2x2. Yeah. But anyways, and with that, I think that is all I really have to say in terms of actual info as of now. Yeah, since I am just gonna be since I am just gonna be running around the gym, making sure I can actually get the Skyla, while I face off against while I of course face off against all these trainers. So I'll hold along the way too. But anyways, yeah, I no longer need that. Okay, yep. Hello there. How's it going, buddy? Sometimes you need to be bold. While other times you need to be careful. You have to react accordingly. If you don't, who want to be blocked by the traps, by the traps, often by the traps of this gym. Are there really traps? Because the only one I'm really seeing are the freaking big like wind gusts. Yeah, that is all I'm really seeing. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, a pheasant, yeah, you're gonna be defeated right here. Yeah, that right there was a pretty easy fix-up right there. Yeah, then a pheasant really had no chance. Oh god! Oh no! Ah! Boom! Ow. Yeah, now as you saw, yeah, now, if the wind actually does blow you away, the wind actually blows you over over the ledges, over the ledges. But if you just happen to hit a wall, then you won't. Then you'll. But if you just happen to hit a wall, then you'll stop moving. So if it just happen to be behind a wall, behind a wall, behind a wall, as you get blown back, then you'll actually then you will of course hit that wall, and you'll be fine. Yeah, then you won't get blown back that far. Yeah. And there was another easy win. Okay, now let's see. Yeah, let me swap around these guys just a little bit here. Okay, now I'm thinking that I think there may be one more trainer I could face before we get to Skyla. Oh, and boom! You see? Yeah, you see? Hey, yeah, you see there? That right there is yeah. Now that right there is just what I was just talking about there. Yeah. Yeah, no. If you just happen to get blown back over towards a wall, then you will not go back any further. So yeah. But anyways, now let's see. Let's see what you got. Chase. Yep. You obviously have a deck. Yeah, that right there is no shocker at all. And there we go! Oh, there we go. Magnezone's at level 39. Oh yeah, I believe now that Magnezone has reached level 39, I believe he'll now learn a really good move. Yep, there it is! Flash Cannon, baby! Yeah, now this right here is definitely a much more needed move than Mirror Shot. So yeah, now Magnezone is pretty much set when it comes to Steel type moves now. So yeah. But anyways, yeah, and you have a Pokemon to swim at, so yeah, it is definitely nothing that my Crocorock cannot handle whatsoever. Yeah, what did I tell you? Yeah, one shot with that Crunch, and that's Swoop's gone. But anyways, now Crocorock's now reached level 39. Yeah, and if you recall, like during my prequel playthrough, yeah, you may know exactly what level that Crocorock needs to reach in order for her to like she evolve again. Yeah, we are getting there now. Yeah, almost there. But anyways, yeah, now let's get my team fully healed up so I can get myself so I can essentially get myself fully prepped up for Skyla. Okay, now I just need to go past this line here and actually memorize and to also memorize the correct pathway. Because otherwise, even if you do, yeah, you will still get blown over towards the wall, that it will still bring you over to Skyla anyway. So I guess going for either which path really doesn't matter much. Yeah, but anyways, hello Skyla. You're a tough trainer who can face the wind and to not get blown off your feet. I'm kind of excited about this battle. Why don't you and I have some fun? Why, yes, we certainly will. But anyways, everyone, let's do this once again. The gym battle against Skyla. Now, just like last time, she starts off with Swoobat. Now, who has the ability Unaware, and it will have the moves from Acrobatics, Heart Stamp, Assurance, and Attract. And if you were to face off against the Swoobat in Challenge Mode, instead of Heart Stamp and Assurance, it will instead have Psychic and Energy Ball. Yeah, and I see it just like last time. Yes, Skyla. Yes. Skyla wants to stay on her Swanna already, huh? Yeah. but anyways, everyone, as for her strongest Pokemon, Swanna. Now, who has the ability Big Packs? And it'll have the moves Air Slash, Bubble Beam, Roost, and Feather Dance. And it will also be holding the Citrus Berry. And if you were to face off against Swanna in Challenge Mode, instead of a Bubble Beam, it will have Surf. And then as for her actual second Pokemon, yeah, that's right. Now this time, instead of an Pheasant, she has a Skarmory. Now who has the ability Sturdy, and it will have the moves Air Cutters. It will have the moves Air Cutters, Steel Wing, Fury Attack, and Agility. And if you were to face off against the Skarmory in Challenge Mode, instead of Air Cutter and a free Air Cutter and a free Fury Attack, it will have Aerial Ace and also X Scissor. it will like also be holding a citrus berry too. And then as for the fourth like Pokemon that's Pokemon that Skyla gets in challenge mode, she is a Sigilif. Now her Sigilif will have the ability from Magic Guard, and it will have the moves Air Cutter, Psychic, Flash Cannon, and Hypnosis. So yeah. Now, so as you can probably tell, Skyla just drops her like a pheasant that she had before, like entirely. Well, actually, I do believe when we get to the Pokemon World Tournament, yeah, I believe that's when she actually does bring back a pheasant. Yeah, I'm pretty sure of that. Yeah. But anyways, everyone, now as you saw, now for defeating Skyla again. Now just like before, we get the team Acrobatics. Oh yeah, now watch this. And shortcut back. Yeah, we literally smashed through freaking 2 crates. Yeah, literally with our faces. Well, I would say that's just as painful as getting yourself a pull last into the wall by a cannon. So, yeah, why is that gym so freaking dangerous? Why is the Mistralton Gym so dangerous, man? Yeah, first with the freaking cannons and getting yourself blasted towards the wall, and now with you getting lumped back by the really strong winds and towards the wall, and also like smashing through the crates too. Man, I just really don't get the deal of the danger when it comes to the Mistralton Gym, man. But anyways, everyone, now if you just so happen to go for the Celestial Tower first, before going to the Mistralton Gym, yeah, now. Then Professor Juniper will show up here. Then she will head on over towards the cargo service, so that she'll have Skylar take her to like a Lintimus town. Now, yeah, and of course, if we really want to get some actual like progress done. Yeah, and since we obviously cannot go towards Opelucid or even Icera City as of right now. Yeah, now we are going to be going towards Lentimus Town too. But anyways, now and once again we have Mr. Metal here again. Okay, now so which means we're gonna begin this time. Okay, so first off we got the Wander Rider, and you essentially get them medal if it just happen to save your game at least one 100 times. And then as for this medal, so the hard like cycling one. Now you essentially get that medal if it just happen to ride your bike at least 100 times as well. So yeah. Now I believe with the Wonder Rider one, I believe you no longer have to keep on saving your game in order for you to be able to obtain attain even more like medals for it. However, as for the bike, yeah, you're gonna be doing that at least a few more, plenty more times. So yeah. But anyways, yeah. Now here's where we once again get ourselves another call from Yancy. Really? So you like that Pokemon of that type? Ditto? Yeah, I don't know exactly what type that they are. Yeah, we obviously don't know what type of Pokemon that they are actually talking about. Yeah, no, once again, we're calling us Colin, so bye-bye. Okay, now just like last time, here's just like last time, for defeating Skyla, we get the same treasure. That of course being aerial ace. So now of course, if we want to teach our Pokemon either acrobatics or aerial ace, yeah, that right there, that's right there is entirely up to you. Yeah, although that is if your Pokemon can actually learn them anyway. But instead of that said, that shall be all I am gonna do for this part. And so for the next part, we're gonna be going towards Lentimus Town. And so to the next part, I'll see you guys next time.